Here we go. We have a question, product array puzzle. So you have given an array. We need to construct a product array, a result, where each element in the result is the product of all the elements in the array except itself. And we need to return the array result. And that's all. We have this question, this test case, and in this, for this element, the element, yeah, for this element, the element on the left hand side is none, and the element on the right hand side is 3562, which is 180. For this particular element, the element on the left hand side is 10, the element on the right hand side is 562. The multiple of this element is 600. For this element, we have 10 and 3 on the left hand side, 6 and 2 on the right hand side, and the multiplication is 360. For this element, we have 10, 3, 5 on the left hand side, 2 on the right hand side. For this element, the left hand side elements is this, which is 900. For this element, the element on the left hand side is none, the element on the right hand side is 0, so the multiple will be 0. For this element, the element on the left hand side is 12, the element on the right hand side will be none. So we have 12. So now let's build the approach. Suppose we have this test case. Before that, if you uh, if you have a uh, approach in your mind, which is a left variable and a right variable. So if you think that this will work, but let me tell you, this will not work. So 1 2, suppose we got this. Yes. So for this particular element, what you will do, you will try to find the right array, so it will be 0. For this element, it is fine. For this element, we have 1 and we have 0 here, so it will work. But for this element, we have this element and this element. So as I move forward, the multiplication of this element is 0. So if I got this element, what you will do, what we will usually do is we will subtract this element, so which give us a, which will give us an error. So that's why this approach, the left and right approach, will not work. Either you have to create a right array or left array, and try to find the multiplication on the go. This is one of the approach, but in that, so first, let me tell you the left and right approach. So till here we need to find the multiplication on the left hand sides, so it is 1 till here, excluding this value. What is the multiplication till now? Excluding this value, we have 3, and excluding this, on the multiplication of the values on the left hand side is 30, and on this point the multiplication is 150, and for the next index, the multiplication on the left hand side is 10, then 3, then 5, then 6, which is 900, and at this point the multiplication on the left hand sides is 1800, and for same for right, the multiplication till now except this value is 1, because we need to find the multiplication, not addition. That's why we have to take 1. At this point, the multiplication on the right side values is 5. At this point, multiplication on the right hand side is 10. At this point, the multiplication on the right hand side is 5 cross 2, which is 10, and then we have 6, which is 60. Then for this element, this index, the multiplication on the right hand side elements is 300. Then we have 900. Then we again build an answer array. Then what we will do, the multiplication on the left hand side, the multiplication on the right hand side. On the left hand side, we are not adding this value. For the right hand side, we are also not adding the current value. We are not considering current value. That's why the multiplication on this index and this index will work fine. For this index and for this index, it will work fine. 3000. Let's verify it. No. Yeah, I have taken a different test case. So that's why 10, 3, 5, 6, 2. Then I have added 1, 5, one more 5 here. So if I multiply 180 multiply 5, which give us 900. Yes, it is correct. And for this position, we have an extra. We have a extra 5. So it will give me 3000. So we have a 3000. So that's why this will work. To make it more simple, we will not consider this value, and this will work. This approach will work just fine. But we can optimize this. How we will optimize this? For now, let's consider this 5. So how do we optimize this? We can avoid this left. We can take left value. We have a 1. So we can avoid this. And as we go, we will update our left. So till now, the multiplication on the right hand side is available here, and the multiplication on the left hand side is available here. So we will multiply this index and this element. Then for this, we need to first consider this. So multiply 10, multiply this element. So then we have left and we have right. So it will work. For the next element, before going on to the next element, we have to consider 3. So it will be 30. So just multiply this value and this value, it will work. But we still need right array. How can we avoid this? Can we um, use answer in this case? Let's find out if we can use answer or not. So first, this will behave as my right array. So I have multiplied all the values on the right hand side. So we don't have a right array, we have an answer array. So till now we have this excluding the current value. We have this excluding the current value. We have this excluding the current value. You can verify it. Till now excluding this element, the multiplication on the right hand side elements is 60. So it will work. Then till now the multiplication on these elements is 300. So it will work. Till now the multiplication is 900. So it will work. So we don't have a right array, we have an answer array. Now we just need one more variable left, 1. So till now we are good. What we'll do, this is the right element, the multiplication on the right hand sides, and this will contain the multiplication on the left hand side. So it will work, it will give me correct answer. So what I need to do, for any particular element, answer of I will be multiplied by left array also, because this already contains my right side and we just need to multiply left side. So it will give me correct answer. Now let's jump to the next index. Before that, we need to consider the current element for our left array, for our left variable. For this value, the multiplication on the left hand side, multiplication on the right hand side is present here, left hand side is present here. So just multiply this value with this value and it will give me 3000, which is the correct answer. Let's jump to the next index. Before jumping, consider current value into your left variable. So we have this. For this particular element, the multiplication on the left hand side is present here, the multiplication on the right hand side is present here. So just update this value, and I hope you got my point. So it will work fine. Let's code this. Code is very simple, it's a easy level question. An answer array. For the last position we have 1, as you can verify it. We don't have 0, the default value is 0, so we have to make it 1. Then we will start from the second last position. The next value contains the multiplication till now, and we just need to add one more value. So suppose how this will work is, For here we have 1. For this value we want the multiplication on the right hand sides. Multiply the current value, because this this variable, this element does not contain the multiplication of this. So what we will do, we will multiply these two and we got 5. As you can verify, the multiplication on the right hand side is 5. So at this position we will multiply this and this, because this does not include this value. So then we will multiply and we got the right hand side portion. For this we will multiply 6 and 10, so we got 60. For this we will multiply 5 and 60, so we got 300. So the elements, multiplication on the right hand side is 300. You can verify it and it will work. So we have a right array, then we need a left variable. So just multiply and update your left variable, return your answer, it will work. Let's talk about time and space complexity. So we have time complexity order of n, space complexity constant, and we have solved this question. And I hope you learned something new. We have also met the expected time and space complexity. Thank you all for